Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Adam.
And this is the Rep Strive Air Bike featuring VPR.
The Rep Strive Air Bike featuring VPR was engineered to be the ultimate machine for all of your strength and conditioning needs. And it does this by utilizing cutting-edge variable pitch resistance technology. This innovation in air bike design means that any user, regardless of their primary training style, can pursue their goals. Whether that be the endurance athlete training for their first triathlon, or the strength athlete training for high-intensity efforts in a 600-pound squat, or even the hybrid athlete that's training for a combination of strength and endurance.
So the reason VPR is so innovative is it offers 8 levels of resistance, so you can change the angle of the blades on the fly with a simple movement of that knurled adjustment handle, which allows for greater resistances than the competition. So it's great for high intensity intervals, but it's equally important is that there's several levels below that typical resistance found on air bikes, which makes the bike ideal for that low intensity, steady state cardio.
Our in-house product development team here in Colorado worked with the VPR technology to develop this bike and create a product with the versatility to be the only bike you need, great for going long or for short sprints. And a large focus of that product development time was on the refinement of the VPR adjustment mechanisms and the overall user experience, design of the product, and making it as compact and sleek looking as possible. Most importantly, we invested a ton of time ensuring that this bike is as durable as anything else found on the market through extensive product cycle testing, having completed millions of cycles at the factory as well as real-world testing.
All right, so now we have Maggie here to demonstrate that you have a wide range of 8 resistance options to choose from, which means you have plenty of range to immediately change that training stimulus at any given RPM. So that now pedaling faster is not the only way to get a harder workout.
So what that means for you is that at levels 1 through 3, like we have here, the blades are mostly closed off to the air, and that limits the airflow and keeps the resistance low, making it perfect for long, steady state zone 2 aerobic sessions. Think of those hour to hour and a half long sessions that don't spike your heart rate.
All right, now moving into levels 4 and 5, you're in a familiar place. That resistance feels similar to a traditional air bike, which is ideal for high intensity interval training, conditioning workouts, and those classic HIIT sessions.
Lastly, moving into levels 6 through 8, the blades fully open and the resistance ramps up fast. This is where Strive really separates itself, delivering a heavy, strength-focused feel that's great for short, powerful efforts, and the workouts mimic something like a steep hill climb. So even at the same RPM as the other air bikes, the unique blade design creates a noticeably higher resistance profile. So now we have a simple wattage output test against 3 top competitors at a fixed rate of 60 RPMs. And as you can see that in the highest resistance setting for each bike, the Strive Air Bike with its VPR technology requires a higher energy output for the same RPM. So this goes to show how much more you get out of this product.
Now, that doesn't mean this is always the case, because at lower resistance levels on our air bike, there will start to be some overlap in wattage output, which means that it's transferable to your training if you're coming from a comparable product and you want to repeat that training stimulus. So now that we've laid out the base for what the Rep Strive Air Bike featuring VPR is, who it's for, let's break down each of its features in a little more detail. And to do that, we pulled a couple of our key members from our product development team. First, we're going to introduce you to Ed, and he's going to talk about the design of the product.
As an industrial designer, it's my job to make sure our equipment is something you're going to be proud to bring into your gym and provide you with an experience that is dynamic and visually interesting while being robust enough to take the beating that you dish out. This stems from the belief that we are our own customer, and we would want to know that every detail of the design is thought out, and it's a fusion of premium aesthetics and touch points with unparalleled mechanical functionality. On the bike, the knurled handle on the resistance lever isn't just for grip. It's an aeronautically inspired detail intended to function like the throttle on a jet. When you grab it and adjust your resistance, you'll feel an instantaneous connection to our VPR technology. Additionally, that power and precision is amplified by the turbine design elements on the crank covers and lever pivot. You'll also find the same premium knurling on the foot pegs, the seat tensioner, the transport handle, even all the way down to the battery door thumb screw. We promise that from the first concept sketch to what you see here, every single aspect of this bike was designed with care and purpose.
Next, I want to introduce you to Brian to talk through some of the specific engineering considerations.
I want to first walk you through what we did to take the VPR tech and package it up with a compact, efficient, and durable design. Now, with that said, we still made sure to keep the base wide enough for stability so that when you are really cranking hard on the handles and rocking back and forth, the bike stays stable to the floor so you can push your limits without worry of tipping over. The base dimensions measured 20 inches wide by 40 inches long. Additional stability is provided by the leveling feet at all four corners. So if you are on uneven ground, you can still create a stable platform. But where we really shaved some bulk is in the mechanical design and how it is packaged. We wanted to make sure that all the linkages and mechanisms required for the pedals, for the handles, and for the VPR blades were bundled up inside the frame. That all comes together to create a sleeker looking design with premium touch points, but that doesn't mean we sacrifice build quality just to have a great looking piece of equipment. It was of the utmost priority to make this machine as durable as possible, and we provide you with a warranty to back that up. The next feature is going to be the dual stage belt drive. The belt on this bike is a high strength reinforced rubber with multiple ribs that engage in the matching pulley of the crank for the pedals and the fan blades. Now, the primary reason for choosing a belt drive over a chain is because belts are going to provide a smoother and quieter ride, and they don't need to be oiled up and maintained like chains do. Now we'll have Maggie get on and start pedaling, and you'll notice there's almost no noise coming from the belt, and it's all coming from the fan blades moving the air. Now, we're not saying that this bike is quiet by any means because, well, it's an air bike, but not having that metal on metal noise from the drivetrain is definitely a bonus.
So now let's get into something that can make or break any piece of cardio equipment, the command center of the machine, the console. Having a good console that's easy to navigate and is also easy to read on the move is essential.
So we gave the RepStrive Air Bike a high contrast backlit LCD for clear viewing that displays all relevant metrics on the main screen. You can see your RPMs, calories, watts, and distance, either in miles or kilometers. Additionally, it also displays the level of blade pitch you're in, with both a number and our mountain logo that grows as the resistance goes up. It is also Bluetooth compatible with any FTMS compatible apps, so you can track your workouts on your phone and keep track of your progress, as well as Ant Plus compatibility for heart rate monitoring. And because we believe in a cohesive experience, the console interface is consistent between the bike and the tread. Learn it once, master it all.
But that is not all. Perhaps the coolest thing about it is that we preloaded a benchmark workout that we are calling the 5280 Challenge into the bike. Since we are based out of the Mile High City at 5,280 feet of elevation, this test involves completing 52 calories as fast as you can, climbing and descending the peaks of our mountain logo at various resistance levels. You can do this challenge periodically to test your progress, you can challenge your friends, or you can use it anytime you want to feel a little burn.
We also considered all the little details that make the riding experience better. Things like a ratcheting seat, removable fan covers, handle positions, and of course, a cup holder.
The ratcheting seat allows for fast and easy seat adjustments, which is ideal for when there are multiple users that require fast transitions, and that is combined with a large and comfortable padded seat, perfect for those longer rides. Traditional air bikes have tedious seat adjustments, typically with a pop pin that requires it to be screwed in and out, and you can easily miss the correct height when in a hurry. But with the ratcheting seat adjustment mechanism, adjusting upwards is done by simply pulling on the seat with one hand, while adjustments down just require you to push down on the tab and then move the seat to the desired height setting, then letting the tab go. For height adjustments, there are 26 levels, accommodating users from 4 feet 11 inches tall all the way to 6 foot 6 inches tall. And the seat also has 9 inches of forward or back adjustment, allowing any body type to find an optimal riding position. So as you can see here, 5 foot 4 inch tall Maggie can quickly adjust the seat for her optimal riding position. And then Kevin at 6 foot 2 inches tall can quickly follow her and adjust the seat to his optimal riding position without fiddling with adjustment knobs. Next, we are onto the adjustable and removable wind deflector that is included with your purchase. This is a unique option, but we felt like it was worth it. Most air bikes either don't have a fan cover at all, or if they do, it is somewhat permanent and requires tools to take it on and off.
So the reason we wanted ours to be easily moved is because here in Colorado and tons of other places around the world, it can get pretty cold. And if you're using your bike to warm up before your workout in your cold garage, the last thing you want is a bunch of cold air blowing in your face. So I can put the fan cover right here in front of me to block the wind from hitting my face so I can get a good warm up in.
But then let's say I'm a few sets into my intervals, I got a good sweat going, getting a little warm, but since that cover is magnetic, I can simply pop it off and move it to the other side of that fan shroud. So now all that cold air is cooling me off and allows me to push harder in my workout.
Now, instead of simply putting a basic horizontal handle on our air bike, we found it important to incorporate additional options, including a neutral grip option and a lower grip option to once again accommodate different body types and training needs. And next, let's talk about maneuverability. In any gym setting, it is vital that you can move the bike for both storage and use. To do that on our air bike, there are heavy-duty wheels on the front and a knurled handle here on the back, so you can easily pick it up and maneuver it wherever you need, either outside of your garage or onto your favorite spot in the commercial gym. Does it have to be knurled? No, but it's certainly cooler that it is.
And lastly is the dual-purpose phone and cup holder. Because staying hydrated with your purest hydration mix and keeping your social media as close as possible are the most important things to working out in 2026. The cup holder is large enough for those larger shaker cups, and that phone holder is secure enough for just about any phone. And so with that, we conclude the feature breakdown of the RepStrive Air Bike featuring VPR.
So we're confident that with the time we put into product development and durability testing, that this air bike will redefine the market. The VPR technology unlocks new training possibilities, and Rep Engineering delivers ultimate performance. So that when you are deep into a terrible workout and your body wants to give up, the RepStrive Air Bike will continue to push as hard as you do.
So as always, drop your comments down below because your feedback and questions are always welcome. Or if you don't want the world to know your questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out to our Colorado-based customer support team with any questions you might have.
And if you want the latest insider info on Rep and engage with our community, then be sure to join our official Rep Fitness community Facebook group.